Hey folks, this is Noble Rambler, and welcome to another episode of Let's Play Banished in our little town of Springview, where I'm looking at a very cluttered workspace here. Looks like my desk all the time. I can see through the clutter, no problem. You guys might be cringing right now. I'm used to working with tunnel vision. But we've got a lot of projects that I've got set aside just to make sure they don't get lost and forgotten about. But I suppose we could go ahead and let's see if I click that and condense some of these things. Some of them are going to be done here real soon. The tavern we want to dive into next. We're working on 3 houses and a pasture. Make sure we're not paused here. 3 houses over here at the farms, at the crop fields, so the fields, which should make our farms far more efficient. They won't have to walk home to eat, or to get something to eat, more than just a few steps. Then we want to get a storage barn. I'm thinking in here, in fact we can get that queued up too, and add a little more to the clutter of our map here. Okay, so just like this, except they're going to come into the farm. Just wondering if there's room for one more field right here. I bet you there is. Yeah, I think there is. I'm going to... let's think about this before I commit that. Grow crop. We want close to about 100 squares. These are 9 by 12s. So if I were to grab this corner and go this way, yep, we can hit a 9 by 12 if we move that stockpile. Okay, so let's put the barn. That's where it would end. Let's go ahead and leave a couple of spaces. Now we'll just leave one space. So you go there. Do we want this just yet? Actually, we probably do. That is quite full. So how are we doing down here? Do we have enough similar items in order to really compare? 27 herbs, 65 herbs. Firewood, none. A bunch here. Fish 11, fish 26. Onions 121 and 284. Warm coats 20 and 30. That was my big test right there. Tools 19 and 17. It looks like this experiment is working. We are kind of evening out on our more important items. So we'll leave a permanent vendor in each for a while, maybe permanently now. Do we want to get this going? 16 stone. Have we brought stone? We've not. We have. We've not. I think that there is enough. Now, is there a goal? I think the goal is to get the houses done first. So let's leave these sticking out. These need to be remembered. But let's get these 3 houses going. Like so. Okay, so any reason why we can't kick the speed up? Don't think so. Faster we get these built, the faster we get our view back. We'll just watch this little scene here for a while. They're working on their crops. Now we have prioritized this. Let's do it again. Just make sure that they actually do get in here and get these houses done. There we go. We're bringing supplies. Bringing supplies here, and a builder came over here. Got her for a little while, then she went off to idling? Huh. Health is low, too. Well, we just finished a house. Got a young couple in there. They can marry at 10, so we were kind of behind on our wave of young folks there. We're 4 or 5 years per each calendar year, so they age pretty quickly. So each pair of adults has to make 3 kids to replace them and 1 to the good. Or as the kids move out, maybe there's another wave. I've never really tracked that to see if they have 3 kids. The oldest one moves out, marries away. Do they make another 3rd child in the household before they can no longer have babies? But you do need to keep it going. A couple of disasters and you've wiped out your surplus. We're at 31, 9, and 7 now. So, okay, we grabbed the stone. Coming over here. This one is this house. So that's what we're working on now. We need 4 more logs. And this is probably the logs. And we're working on this one too. Good. This is probably the logs. There we go. So the builder brought over the logs. That's nice to see. There was nothing to build that was ready, so the builders are acting as laborers. So what else is happening? Never really spent time looking at the town hall. And really this would look better right over here in the middle of our town, but it serves a good purpose over here. It acts as a buffer between the mines and what was probably going to be a community of houses over here. The houses should not be built next to the mine or the quarry. The citizens are really not happy when that happens. Speaking of happiness, we did see that one laborer or builder that was unhappy. If they have a close relative that dies, I believe they lose happiness. And if they're not in the graveyard, we're back to 9 again. Did we hit 10 before? I don't recall. Seems like we got back up to 10. Are we going backwards again? If the grave's not here when they want to come visit it, I think it doesn't restore the happiness. Let's keep an eye on that. Now, we have an empty house. There we go. Well, I know we've got couples. I know we do. We've got young adults ready to marry. Why did nobody jump into that? So we have a elderly male. There's a female student. Female student. Female student. Oh, I think I'm finding my answer. Female student. We need some boys. Alright, I wonder if she will move in with Beryl. That's a possibility. There's a male student. Let's try that. Let's play matchmaker again. Let's see, this one, right? Yeah. So we have one without a house. And soon, whenever she finishes her whatever duty she's on at the moment, she's probably going to move into this house, right? Nope, didn't move into either. Okay. But now we have 2 houses available. How come these folks won't move out? Come on. I wonder if there's a certain timer that triggers, switches seasons or something. Did get a couple just moved into there. Okay, well, we'll let the game figure it out. We are done with that. We'll leave that right there. Graves are at 9. We're going to work on the pasture, which just needs 6 more logs, so we'll definitely turn that on. Kick our speed back up. Let's see. We have plenty of laborers. Food, closing in on 10,000. We're good on food. Okay, we're good on hunters. We had more leather than we know what to do with. If anything, we could almost set up a second tailor. One for the citizens and one for goods to sell. Yeah, we just might do that. I like that idea. Get another tailor and blacksmith over here based on this one. Or listen, the hunter has died. And then one over here, grabbing supplies out of this one. That would be quite efficient. So we need to kick a road off this way, this way, this way. And I guess one out over there. Let's slow this back down. Road. Let's see, builders. 3, 2. We're building the pasture. And we're going to head off into here. And here. Over there. And there. Got one extra right there. Let's kill that while we can. Like that. Another road. Off into there. And off over here. Okay, starting to build our city blocks. Of course, now all the builders are going to continue, or are going to stop what they're doing. Okay, here's a good test. Let's prioritize this. I want this beyond anything else. But I'm pretty sure that our builders are going to do nothing but build roads until then. But that pasture is right here. We'll just keep an eye on it, see if 0 out of 60 ever changes. The first road we set was this one, I believe. We worked on this corner first. 1 of 60. They are doing it this time. We have 3 builders. You're a builder. Wow. You guys are obeying the priority tool. So I wish I knew what it was that caused them not to. After a certain distance, they ignored you, or after below a certain temperature. I'm not sure what it is. But how long did we wait for them to finally get up here and build this? Alright, so when the pasture is done, I'm thinking storage barn is next. We're going to kick that on right now. We have more than enough supplies to pull that one off. And then I'm thinking the tavern gets moved up, so we can start using that ale. Which is sitting where right now? It's alphabetical, and it's in neither. So it is still in the trader, isn't it? Ale 33. Wonder why they don't... Oh, I know why. The ale is stored in the tavern. It must not be stored in the markets. Aha! We have our tavern placed right here. So... You know, we are having some happiness issues. Let's turn off the storage barn and turn on the tavern. Let's do that. We have plenty of food, so if this doesn't get into a storage barn that, as close as that, that's no problem. I was just thinking, let's move the stockpile. It just dawned on me, we were asking them to get rid of this other stockpile earlier. Here. And they did. It's gone. Already planted another tree there. Good. I remember wishing that I had built this stockpile on that side so this road could come straight through. Oh well, it adds some uniqueness to our town. But back to stockpiles. Let's go ahead and get rid of this one. Put another one right there. In fact, we'll put another one right there right now. From here to here. Pasture is built. Good. We have... we'll leave that open. We got something to talk about there. But let's get rid of this. We got the ability to put a pasture in here. Now, we could split the herd. No, we can't. Ah, I'm wrong. We must need 20 to split the herd. If we were to put sheep in here, 0-15. We need 20 to split the herd. I think we need 10 and 10. Huh. Well, that's too bad. I'm just trying to figure out what would happen here. I assume that they will not walk over, or will they just kind of... Huh. One issue that comes up when you're... Let's see, that's sheep, but we're not going to have... We're going to turn that off. Okay. When we have disasters turned on, one of the disasters is disease that goes through the herds. So if you were to quickly move them over to another one, you could destroy this pasture and it would wipe out the disease. Same thing with crops. So I was debating whether to save this as a backup to move a herd into, or split the herd, but I see the decision's been taken out of our hands. I do believe there's plenty of room to split a, what we'll call a herd or a flock of chickens. So maybe we will move chickens over there if we ever find them. Which maybe this trader has brought us? Nope. Cabbage seeds. Cabbage seeds, I forgot about that. We don't need these cabbage seeds. I see this particular vendor does not accept herbs and venison, which the other one that sold cabbage seeds did. Huh. So even though they're selling the same product, they still have a different choice of what they're willing to accept. That's very interesting. But we don't need more cabbage seeds, so we're going to send him on his way. And we're going to turn on cabbage. So do we want to say 4 farmers? We could. We've got the potential of 6 employees here. Don't have any orchard seeds yet, right? We do. We have apples. Aha. So let's turn on, well, 1 apple orchard at the moment. Let's turn on 2 cabbage. We will kick in 4 farmers. This is also a farmer? Yes. So 1 more farmer, 5 farmers. So let's turn our builders 2 and 2. Okay. I'm only going to do 1 right now. Wait a couple of years, and then we'll set up the next one. The trees will grow, they'll produce, and after a while they'll start dying off. And then they replace 1 tree at a time, so your farm, your orchard is always running at 70 to 80%, with several of them dying off and then waiting for those to grow up so they can start producing again. So it's probably the best policy to wait till the die-off begins and then have them chop everything down and replant. Meanwhile, this one has started producing. Meanwhile, this one has started producing. Just keep cycling your way through. So we've got 4 farmers. We could temporarily say, you guys can all work in this farm. And I think that's what just happened. She transferred from here to here, and she's going to help out. So essentially, you can say you can throw in some extra farmers and they'll just kind of roam back and forth until the job's done. Let's get that done. So they're working on the tavern now. Supplies are being brought over. We need 12 stone. We have 74, so we could even turn the storage barn on. Get both of these building. 11 graves. So it is still counting up. So I guess we had not achieved 10 yet. So I was remembering that wrong. So we're still adding graves. That's good. Another laborer. 2 and 3 now. Get these last ones in. I see we are storage barn. Okay. I was just noticing the layout's already there, like they're already bringing supplies, but they're not. There's still obstacles there. Let's remember to turn the farmers off of this field when those crops get brought in. So this is this market. No logs. This market, no logs. Huh. There is firewood, but he's not getting the logs brought to him. That's a shame. Firewood is set for 1,000. So, huh. I really thought this vendor, I guess this, if I had maybe 2 vendors in each, then that would be accomplished. But there's such a variety of things available. Vendor goes off on a trip to get one, comes back, another trip to get one, and is never really, probably doesn't get to the logs often enough to keep up with the demand. Herbs, 145. Herbs, 39. Coats are still even. Tools are still fairly even. There's logs there. And there's logs there. Were they always there, or did I not see them? Or did they just get brought? Anyway, this woodcutter was going off to get logs, so they must not have been there. So he's going all that distance to find logs, because perhaps these weren't there at the moment either. Logs, 106. We are starting to use them up. Took 60 to get this going. I need 52 here and 48 here. So yeah, we're going to tap our supply of logs this year. It is late spring. Everything is planting. Okay. That's strange. Everything is planting. We didn't have a snow, did we? I was waiting for them to clear that out. I gave them extra help, thinking it was in the autumn. It must not have snowed this winter. I'll have to go back and watch this video again. It's not too often that you get that. I wonder if the game is going to give us a really hard winter, this one coming up, to make up for it. Logs are in, so the tavern is almost ready to begin construction. Another 6 stone, which will come from right there possibly. That's right. The vendor and the trader, so the marketplace and the trading, whatever you call it, trading dock, I guess, have employees that use a wheelbarrow. So this is our vendor from the market in the main town, going in here, loading up. Just picked up, no, where'd she go? Just picked up berries, herbs, and mutton. Quite a bit, too. Bringing it back to her marketplace. That's how the vendor works. Crops are all going in. These are cabbage. These are potatoes. It'd be good to see this side by side, especially now that they live here. It'd be really nice by the time harvest hits to have this barn up and running. Is that possible? It is. The laborers are now going to be bringing supplies for this because they're done here. It's just the builders working on this one now. We have 2 builders to handle the 3. This one is 4, so 3 and 4 is 7 positions. So the 2 are going to do the job over here if they ever get to work. That's a farmer. So 32 adults, 10 kids, 10 students. Food is fine. Firewood is fine. Did we ever bring the firewood back to 1,000? I dropped it to 800 to give them a break. No, we did. Okay. So we're good there. One thing we talked about, we didn't actually do it. Maybe this is a good lull to do that in. We got the roads in, so we know where more of our blocks of our town are going to be. Let's throw in we have a new laborer. Great. Throw in the new tailor and blacksmith. So that is here. Yeah. And we want them fairly close to the market so they can grab supplies. So let's put one there. Pause. And blacksmith will go over here. And for variety, we'll put it in that direction. Yeah. So pause him, drop this over here. Tavern is almost complete. Still not bringing, well, I guess we are bringing supplies over. Yeah, they're getting there. Tavern's being built. So that must be why the ale never got moved out of the trading post, or trading dock, before the tornado hit. I'm pretty sure it is all stored here. As well, it is made here. I think we're going to get to choose, like, apples for apple cider. I think there's berries. I think there's a berry wine that they can make. So we choose what it is they're going to use for supplies. So let's get in one. What? What would his title be? Brewer. There you are. One brewer. And we got a choice of what to brew. I would say berries is what we have the most of right now. Now, who brings the ale? I'm guessing that the trader is going to empty his or her trading post. So the trader should probably bring the ale in order to make those numbers true to what we're demanding. We'll leave this open for a while. Just kind of watch it happen. We're going to make ale out of berries. Supplies just got topped off at the storage barn. Get this built. We are in summer. So if we can really prioritize this, maybe, just maybe, we can get this built. In fact, I'm thinking if we do that, prioritize this one more time, maybe we'll trigger all 4 builders at once. Meanwhile, the single laborer that's left, maybe we'll get to work on emptying this out. Got our first apple trees in. Good. They will get quite big. It'll look like, I don't know, a little bigger than this, I'm guessing, when they're done. Kick the speed back up. 820 fish. So our fishing industry is back up and running again. Barn is almost done. Go ahead and turn that off. We know it's going to happen. soon as it does, though, I want to take my builders back down. Make sure there's surplus laborers in the system. And we are making the transfer now. Okay. So we've got houses. Let's kick out this one individual. Watch him find a new house. Turn this back on and get a family. Good, good, good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Eventually we'll have 6. Well, let's turn it on right now. Let's go ahead. This will be Apple, and we'll throw in one more. Take that down to 1 each. So we'll have 6 jobs, 6 people, 6 adults, and 6 jobs. We do need to get a pathway here, though. Let's get that going. Give our 2 builders something to do. So from here, yeah, that worked out really well. And then we wanted to put in one more field. So we wanted it to be something like a 9 by 12? 9 by 12. So let's see if this is doable. A 10 by 9. Oh, that's right. We're hit. Oh, well, that's good timing. A 9 by 12. There it is. Then we want another road up to here. Oops. If there's any red at all, it says And let's go ahead and... No, there's just nothing there. Okay. But let's throw a road in behind here. Nah, that's not necessary. Yeah, let's go ahead. I'm thinking... do something like that. We're going to want a diagonal into it anyway. Okay, so this one's already stripping out. We are early autumn. If I leave all of these crops set to 2 farmers, it would then allow a second farmer to come in and help finish. But I worry that 2 farmers are going to hit this field and 2 in this field and leave a bunch of fields with nobody to plant in the spring. So, don't know that I've really got that flexibility until I've got more laborers than I know what to do with. So, what was that? Logs are low. Yeah, we knew that was coming. But other than firewood, which is almost going to hit its limit, there's really not a lot more building going on. We have 64 here. We can wait till next year for that. Ale, 52 ale. We bought 33 ale, so we are definitely making more ale than we had purchased. So we've already made 60 ale. So I wonder if we're going to see folks coming in here and partaking of the services of our tavern. And we'll sit here for a little bit. And since we're using berries, we want to kind of keep up with what's happening here. In fact, let's see, we're up to 4 gatherers. We have the potential of running 8. We've got them turned down. We do have lots of folks available now. I don't know. We'll make that decision next time. I think this would be a great... see, you are the brewer. Okay, so you're working. This would be a great place to call this an episode. Nice little scene here. Look at the smoke coming out of the chimney. If you enjoyed what you saw, please hit the thumbs up and subscribe. And let other folks know about us. I want to get as many people watching this adventure as possible. This has been Noble Rambler. Thanks for watching.